My name's Patricia Occelli and I'm the CEO of Interrelate. Kutanya is a staff reference group, and what it is a group of staff who are passionate about services to Aboriginal communities. The majority of staff within the group are Aboriginal staff themselves, or they're staff who work with Aboriginal communities. Why Kutanya is important is that what we're trying to do as an organisation is reach out to these communities to ensure that the service delivery is appropriate and it's focused and can actually meet the needs of the community. What the group does is it brings together the knowledge of these staff in a way that helps inform the organisation about service delivery.
My name's Matt Stubbs. I'm the Head of Research and Service Development for Interrelate. So we're out here at Muru and Mitigar today. Annie Palmer has invited us out, and we're blessed to have them open their place up to us and have people like Uncle Wes talk about Aboriginal culture to help us better understand the local area. He invites us as a staff group to come together, which is always a good thing. My role as the Head of Research and Service Development, it's my team's job to ensure that we have service excellence across the board, and a big part of service excellence is about listening to the staff. I think what you'll see through this Kutanya video is fantastic things happening in community because people are applying their broad-based skill set to issues in the community. They're listening to community and using government funds to bring about change and to bring about greater levels of family harmony. So I think, there's great positives there around those programs, and then more broadly having a staff who are more culturally sound and understanding of people coming from very different areas.
My name's Hausia, and my role here is Aboriginal Advisor. My role as Aboriginal Advisor is being connected to the Aboriginal community and going out visiting all the organisations and talking about Interrelate, what Interrelate has to offer our people, and when they come in, helping our people feel at ease. I was lucky enough to put the name Kutanya forward because they wanted a name to bring everybody together, and I looked at our Barkindji language dictionary and found the name Kutanya. That means everybody or everyone together. I think that suited it, and everybody agreed that it was a good name, Kutanya. So that's really a privilege for me. I was encouraged quite a lot by Michelle, our area manager, to make this place more Aboriginal friendly. We talked about having a plaque, having the English language transferred into the Wiradjuri language, and that's extra special, and because it's a very powerful thing, and to see that in our office when Aboriginal people walk in.
Hi, my name's Karen. I work at Interrelate in Orange. I am the Building Stronger Families Case Manager, and I'm also a community development worker 1 day a week. Big thing that I did was Kids Connections. Lucinda and Marianne from Dubbo came down. We worked at Glenroy Heights Public School. It was really good to see how the kids interacted with the yarn. It made it a lot easier, I think, for them to understand what we were trying to get through to them, which was what's a healthy relationship and what's an unhealthy relationship in their life. I think the benefit was watching the kids enjoy the program and watching them open up and be comfortable talking to us through the yarn. By getting out there and networking in the community and working with the Aboriginal people, we have seen an increase in our target numbers by 70%, which is great for us. So what we're doing out in the community is working, and they're actually feeling better about coming into our centre and accessing our services. I joined Kutanya this year. I initially joined it in the first place to see what it was about, and quickly found that it was great. So the information that I do get from Kutanya, with the information sharing from other members, I like to bring it back to the workplace And by bringing it back and sharing it with other staff members, it's then a flow-on effect with the Aboriginal community that come and access our service.
I'm Amanda. I'm a counsellor with Interrelate. At the start of the year, Karen and I were approached by an Aboriginal mums and bubs group called Bush Babies to do some parenting courses with the parents of the group. And we started out with some yarning with yarn, and that went really well with the parents. And then we did some self-care and general chit-chats with the parents, letting them know what we've got here at Interrelate and what we can offer them, and just basically getting the service out there so that they know we're available to them. It was received really well by all of the parents, and the Bush Babies Mums and Bubs group have asked us to come back at the end of the year and do some more stuff with them.
My name's Tony Clark. I'm an Aboriginal Liaison and Community Development Officer for Interrelate at Taree. Well, we started out calling it barbecue counselling, and then we found that wasn't going to suit the community, so we made it Yap and Yarn Day. So it's just bringing the community together around food. We offer free counselling. We offer all our other services at Interrelate as well, but it's mainly about building that rapport with the Aboriginal communities. Biggest benefit is people are actually starting to get to know us. We get regulars coming down each time we hold it, and they still ask, when are you coming back, when are you coming back? And that's going to break down those barriers. So the more we can actually do it, I think the better benefit will be to the community. And
hello, my name is Mavis Davis. I'm an elder in the Dungutty town of Kempsey. Just to get that relationship up and let them know there's a feed, there's a barbecue, there's a games we can play, get to know one another. To me, it's really good to see it grow. Like at South Kempsey first, I probably only had about 20, and the next time we had 40, and last time we had 70. You know, and the parents have some parents have come along. So I see it as really good, positive things, and they need to see services in a friendly atmosphere and a friendly way.
Stand Strong, Be Proud is a Aboriginal specific program covering topics such as drugs and alcohol, sexual health, sexual assault and violence. We've been doing this for the last 5 years. It's very open, very honest with the kids. We don't tell them any crap. If they want to know anything, this is the day to ask, because we have local agencies involved that know what they're talking about. And it's worked out really well. The kids do ask questions. Today's group have been really good, well behaved, they're asking questions, they want to know a few things. I would like to see a few more questions being asked, but they're taking the information in, which is what they need to do. Interrelate staff in my local area will come to me for advice, which has been really good, and getting other counsellors and stuff involved in the program over the last 5 years has been really good. They know what we do in the schools, why it's run, where it's run, and they get to know the local agencies and their workers as well, so that forms a bond. Kutanya has been helpful in the last session I went to. They're now looking at extending Stand Strong out to Dubbo and Lismore and all the other places as well, which will be really good.
My name's Madeline Holtman, and I work at the Mid-North Coast Local Health District in the HIV and related program team, and I'm the Health Promotion Officer there. And I've benefited from working with Tony from Interrelate on his Stand Strong, Be Proud program, because he's managed to pull together a group of people that I feel can really benefit from my messages that I have to deliver about safe sex.
All right, my name's Fred Kelly. I'm a Dungutty person. I work with Mission Australia. I'm the coordinator for the Leadership and Cultural Development program. I've always argued that for our kids to be able to survive at school, they need to have their cultural identity strengthened, and the only way to do that is to have a comprehensive Aboriginal studies program like Stand Strong, Be Proud. A lot of these children don't get access to a lot of information. We can't assume that they get access to a lot of the elders and a lot of the knowledge that's kept within the elders, so that we have to make ourselves available as much as possible for the benefit of the children.
My My name's Marakai. I work for Interrelate. I'm the Aboriginal Community Development Worker. Firstly, I run an Aboriginal Women's Healing Circle. I've been doing that for about 3 years. Another thing that we've engaged in is creating courses that help Aboriginal people to move forward with their health, mental, physical and emotional health. One of those projects has been the Aboriginal Garden. We have got a partnership with Wollongbar TAFE because I started up a hairdressing course for Aboriginal people that's fully funded and adapted to the needs of Aboriginal people. So we like to have partnerships with different agencies within the local community.
So my name's Georgina Cohen. I work at First Sun Employment in Lismore. We became involved with the Lismore Community Gardens Bush Tucker element to get our clients involved in a volunteer activity that involved being outdoors and allowed them to work with their hands. We've had great outcomes where clients have gone on to gain employment, go into better study, or just find a career path that suited them. So we've enjoyed the process and program's success so far, and Interrelate have been really supportive in making sure everything's planned out well.
My name's Jenny Cockrell. I work in the Personal Helpers and Mentors service. We've got 2 Aboriginal staff members who work in the program, and we work with different Aboriginal participants in that program, and sometimes it's really good just to be able to bounce off ideas about how to be able to support them in the best way, and sometimes it's about building links with other community organisations and things that are going on. So Marikai's been really great with being able to sort of point us in a direction so we can link in with what people need.
Hi, my name's Tracy and I work for the Family Referral Service, which is a part of Interrelate, and my position is as a community development worker. With Kutanya, the benefits I've seen is that it helps to keep informed and abreast with the wider community of Interrelate and keeps everybody up to date with what's happening for Aboriginal services and how we are helping to encourage our people to come to services and get the benefits of Interrelate services.
Hi, I'm Julie Dale. I'm the Greater Sydney Area Manager of Interrelate. In the Greater Sydney region, for us being able to link in and consult with other organisations that may be Aboriginal specific has been really important. It's helped us build relationships because I'm very fortunate to work with Annie and Michelle from the region, and they've been out there at the grassroots building those relationships, ensuring that there's trust in what we do. And that's been wonderful. And so for us, we've run programs like Yarn with Yarn around grief and loss and health for Aboriginal people. We've really built those relationships, which we found was fundamental in then being able to go ahead and join partnerships to work towards the same common goal.
I'm Annie Palmer. I'm the Community Development Worker, Sydney North area, working in Blacktown and Mount Druitt. Kutanya is important because we're all doing our thing out in our regions, and bringing us together helps us to sort of understand what each other is doing out there and learning from each other. I guess for me, it's all about making, it's about relationships, building relationships first before you actually even try and do a program. It's doing things practically for people, acts of kindness, I suppose you could call it, and that to me has always been the first thing.
I'm Sarah. I work for the Building Resilience in Children project here at Sutherland Shire Family Services. We work directly with clients and we also work in a collaborative framework. So that means that we had Mary Jo McVeigh, who's the creator of Angel Blankets, come out and train 15 organisations that we're going to work with over 12 months to provide the service. Michelle from Interrelate is one of the people that attended that, and that we'll be working with in that way.
My name's Michelle. I'm the Community Development Worker for Aboriginal Communities at Interrelate at Caringbah. In doing the Angel Blanket training has allowed the partnership to develop between Sutherland Shire Family Services and Interrelate. Being a member of Kutanya has given me support and direction from the advice that I get from our reference group to be able to implement this program with Sammy into the community.
My name's Leanne Trindall. I'm the Aboriginal Home and Community Care Development Officer for St George and Sutherland Shire. I work very closely with Coronella Aboriginal Corporation, and they convene the monthly Southern Sydney Koori Interagency. We had the pleasure of Interrelate come in and run a yarning circle for our group, and people benefited immensely. From that, we identified that people get a lot out of coming to the Koori Interagency and build relationships, form partnerships, and refer to one another's organisations.
Hi, my name's Stu McMinn. I've been working for Interrelate as the Aboriginal Community Liaison worker. So I run an array of programs here on the Central Coast. Basically, one of our most important ones is the Dig Group. I also have been part of a massive festival called the Galang Festival, which pulls together all the school students on the Central Coast for a great massive celebration of culture, both contemporary and traditional, which is one of the biggest things we have down here on the coast. It pulls all our kids together and it celebrates Aboriginal culture and our strengths and what we bring to Australian society. I also run ABC, which is an Aboriginal Building Connections program, and also sit in on numerous kind of supervision and staff meetings in regards to dealing with their Aboriginal clients and what process is best to take with their clients when dealing with them. The importance for Kutanya, especially within Interrelate, is basically to look at a bigger picture, how Aboriginal services can move forward within the Interrelate centres, and then it goes right down to just unity for our people, making sure that our Aboriginal staff aren't isolated and also work together in a higher capacity. We get to share our culture with each other and build each other's knowledge. It's a support base for us, so a lot of us work individually within our centres, and at times that can get tough, so it's nice to come together and spend some time with your mob to discuss the issues they're having and also to move forward on some of the issues you're having. So just that unity and camaraderie is just really important for our mob.
I'm Nadia, I'm a counsellor and a group facilitator with Interrelate, and I'm also the outreach worker to Barraville. So having Dory here is really good because he's part of the community, and so he gets an exposure to people's life and what's going on for them a lot more than I do. And so with my clinical experience and work and with his exposure to people's life, they work very well together.
Hi, my name's Dory Ned. I work for Interrelate in Barraville as an outreach worker. I've been working for Interrelate for the last 4 years now. As a community worker, I help support people in the community, with issues in their lives. And so me being on the ground floor for Interrelate, I'm able to be there for the community and hear the concerns of the community and then send it up to the main office and voice the concerns of the community and then see how they can help us in that way. I could be at home and I'll get a knock at the door and there's a person that needs help there and then, so you don't send them home, you help them. I'll be walking down the street and it could take me an hour to get up to somewhere because I'm having a yarn with this person, having a yarn with that person, and it's all major issues in their life. It's not just, how are you going, what's the football, this and that. Well, with Kutanya, it's good because Interrelate has recognised the need for Kutanya, the need for Aboriginal communities in rural areas, the need for their service. With Kutanya, it brings more substance because we have Interrelate backing us. It's a bigger badge on your back sort of thing. So, like when people see you're working for Interrelate and that they have Kutanya there as well for Aboriginal communities, it shows that they do care. about the community, and they are listening. And for me, this is what my job is in this community, to say, well, I'm a person of Interrelate and this is what I can do for you.
I'm Melanie Bale. I'm the head of people, culture and performance at Interrelate Family Centres. At Interrelate, we value and respect what our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander staff can bring to the organisation, and so we're bringing together our Kutanya working group. We're able to capture the information and the knowledge that they have that will help us in working towards making Interrelate a great place for all staff to work, and particularly our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander staff as well. We're very excited about our Aboriginal employment strategy. What it is it's got a number of initiatives in it that will help us to be able to support our Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander staff further, but also to attract and retain and develop other Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people into our organisation. Some of the strategies that we have within that are things such as designated Aboriginal identified positions, as well as offering traineeships and internships to young Aboriginal people who are wanting to work in this industry, and other things such as working with and supporting the Kutanya working group with our projects. And then also a final strategy around cultural awareness training running throughout the whole organisation also.